You know you're getting answers and signs from the universe all the time. But listen, and synchronicities too. But you feel like they didn't show up yet because you are missing the point, y'all. You are so busy thinking about the semantics of things. Like when you're watching manifestation videos and you're just like, instead of critiquing the videos and saying like how it doesn't make any sense, or, you know, being jealous of a person or anything of that nature. Like, oh, they don't know this. They got to say it this way. This is how I learned it. No. The thing is, it doesn't matter what the person said. What matters is how you feel about it, right? And the fact that you're looking at this video means that this has a lot to do with you. So if a person is like, okay, your thoughts don't create your reality, or if they say your thoughts do create your reality, and then you're like, wait a minute, no, your beliefs create your reality. This girl doesn't make any sense. She doesn't know what she's talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then you just, you know, go off the video. Semantics. Yep. Or if a person is like, law of attraction means you're attracting a certain reality, and then you're like, wait a minute, no, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, law of attraction means that you are basically shifting into the realities and attracting these like energies and blah, 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 blah. But you have a different definition for it. Semantics. On The Secret, they talk a lot about positive thinking and thoughts, right? And then you may be thinking like, no, it's actually your beliefs. You can't just visualize on the couch and get the things you want. Okay. Everything that I'm saying, you got this little attitude with it. All of this stuff is just your limiting beliefs coming up. That's why you're missing the point. If you actually would have stayed there and watched the whole video and been more open to it, maybe, and also shifted the way that you felt in that moment, you would have got the information that you needed at that time. But you are just sitting on this attitude and you're just on this hill of, I know better. I know everything. That's a limiting belief. Okay? So if you're wondering why your manifestation didn't happen yet, there you go. Because when that stuff comes up, don't mistake it, y'all. All this attitude and all this, all that means you have a limiting belief. You shift it, and guess what? Watch your reality change. Because for all you know, the exact answer you needed was in that video. And that's happened to me multiple times. That's why, I can speak about this. Where I'm just like, okay, I know this. This isn't, I know the right answer to this. And there's no reason why they should be saying this, or that. Okay? But then I was able to check myself and say, listen, girl. And I shifted the limiting beliefs I had. And then I looked back at the video and I was like, oh, she's got a point. So, if you felt like that during this video and you stopped at the part where I was like, all this attitude stuff, and you just, flicked off of it, and you didn't stay to the end, you might have not got the information that you needed. Because you are so stuck on this limiting belief and this program running in your life continuously. When are you going to leave that program? You got to start asking yourself that. Are you ready to leave? Are you ready to be at a point where you choose success, you choose abundance, you choose wealth, you choose your desires and your passions? Are you there yet? Because semantics don't matter, because at the end of the day, y'all, words, they're literally just conditioned definitions of God, conditioned beliefs. Because we can make up a new word today, ooh, blah, blah, and then I can give it a meaning of wealth and abundance. That's all it is, y'all. So don't let the words fool you. Pay attention. You got this. I've been getting this question a lot, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer it so that you can be satisfied finally. Now, I'm Brand Victoria. I'm your new manifestation / mindset coach, and you are here for results. So that's what you're going to get. Now, the thing that we're going to talk about today is mixed signals with manifesting. All right. So when you get these mixed signals, it's like you say, I really desire this thing. But then when you look at your reality, it's telling you something different. Have you felt like that? Okay. So stay with me. Okay, if you're saying that I really, really want to manifest a new apartment, a new place to live, and then you go on TikTok or social media, and then you're looking at a tarot reading or a psychic or anything of that nature. Or maybe even if you have one of those magic 8 balls and you shake it and it tells you, no, you're like, okay, am I on the right track to getting this new apartment, this new place? Shake it. No. You look at the tarot reading, it's telling you, no. Okay? So this is the thing though. Those mixed signals, when you're getting that, this is the gem that you have not heard. And repost this and get this out to as many people as possible. I'm telling you, this is going to change the game for you. Now, that leaves you confused, right? So then confusion, aka doubt, that goes under the radar. But what a lot of people don't understand, now you know, and you can spread the word. That is a limiting belief. That means you have a limiting belief. Now, when you have the doubt, it leaves you in like, oh my gosh, should I do this or should I do that? So you're constantly in this push and pull, and you're just resonating right here like this. So what you're going to do is start asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so much doubt with this? And when you can start shifting the limiting belief that you have, identifying it and shifting it, you're not going to be confused. Okay? If you're saying, I really desire this apartment, that's exciting for you, but then your reality is telling you, no, you're not getting that. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel confused? Does it make you feel frustrated? That is telling you that is the limiting belief for you to identify and shift so that you can be on the vibrational frequency and shift into the reality of being in the apartment, having the right partner, having the money, or whatever it is you desire. That is what you do. Now, I know the gears are turning for you now. You're like, oh, I'm telling y'all, being stuck on this stuff is a choice. And this is exactly what I talk about in my new masterclass that is happening on the 25th of this month. You can join us so that you can constantly always be taking that effortless action. The confusion stuff, the frustration, all this stuff that comes along with you manifesting, that's not going to be a thing anymore. Because you're going to know, oh, this is a choice. Oh, this means that I have a limiting belief. Let me identify it. It's going to be easy because this is the stuff that allows you to have the manifestation and to shift into that reality. Now, I talk all about action. That's what we do. When you're with me, you take action. Now, the actions that you take, and I show you how to do this so that you can be a clear vessel for intuition to flow through so that you can constantly take the effortless action. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I get this person? How do I get this desire? You won't have to ask those questions really. Or if you do ask the question, you'll immediately get the answer. That's simple. You'll be guided to the right action to take. So all this confusion and doubt stuff, it will be a choice to stay in that state. I know you're feeling this because you're ready. You're at that point where you're just like, I'm ready for that next step. I'm ready for manifesting money and abundance and a new place to live. Is easy for me. It's effortless for me, and it can be. And I'm showing you exactly how to do that. The link is in the bio, y'all. We are starting soon on this. The doors are going to close. When the doors are closed, they are closed. So I look forward to seeing you there. I actually got this question on YouTube, but I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it because a lot of you feel like they're energy vampires just sucking the life out of you. Well, let me tell you this. Save this and repost this because you are going to want to come back to this every single time you feel like you got an energy vampire sucking the life out of you, the energy. All right. So remember this, that every single thing in your reality is actually neutral. It's like a bounce back of feedback, a feedback prompt that lets you know, hey, you have a positive belief. Hey, you have a negative belief. It always reflects to you. So when you feel like somebody's like, oh my gosh, they're being so negative, they're just draining my energy, you have to start asking yourself some questions. Because if you're having a strong emotion about it, it has something to do with you. But if you could simply be like, you know what? we'll reconvene tomorrow on this. I'm going to go do something else. And it doesn't really affect you like that, then boom, you don't have a negative belief about it. But if you feel like they are everywhere, just sucking the life out of you, you can't escape them. You got a limiting beliefs. So you want to start asking yourself, why are energy vampires always around me? And then you're going to answer it. It can go something like this: because they always drain my energy. Okay. Why do you believe they always drain your energy? Because their negativity is constantly surrounding me. Okay. Why do you choose to let their negativity affect you? And then you would keep going down the line, asking yourself the questions. Because when you're asking the questions, y'all, you are accessing your subconscious mind and you're getting to the root of the actual belief. And once you get to the root, you can shift it. And I have videos on shifting limiting beliefs, so you can go find those, or you can get the workbook, a CEO Manifestor Workbook Bundle, where I give you the template to shift your limiting beliefs. That is with the link in my bio, you can get that, y'all. But so you're going to identify that limiting belief, okay? You're going to shift it. So let's say the limiting belief ended up being, the world's not a safe place. I'm not safe. You're going to shift it to, everywhere I go, I'm always safe. Okay? And then you're going to dwell in that energy and take action from that energy, from that belief. And when you're doing that, you want to start paying attention to the results that are happening around you as you carry the energy of that new belief. Now, you can't escape this stuff, y'all. If you believe you have energy vampires that are always around you, you can't escape it, because that's your belief. You can't escape your own programmed belief. You see what I'm saying? So the more you try to escape it, the more you're going to be aware of these energy vampires. So the only way is really to just shift this. Have a perspective shift on this. And when you do that, all of a sudden, oh, there's not really energy vampires around. Interesting. Because you shift realities to reflect the belief that you have. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't be fooled, y'all, by these appearances in your reality. They are just reflecting to you your beliefs.